How's everyone doing today? So I thought I'd do a 1-year review on this GEVI Nugget Ice Maker. This ice maker, that style ice, they also call it Pebble Ice, Sonic Ice. It goes by about 3 or 4 different names, but Nugget Ice is what I call it, or I call it Sonic Ice. And if you're not familiar with it, it's just that small, crunchable, porous ice that's easily chewable, so it doesn't hurt your teeth. You know, if you're an ice chewer the way I am. But first, let me tell you why I bought this ice maker. Now, we've got a Samsung refrigerator that the ice maker on it has always been slow from day one, and it finally quit working. I replaced it. It lasted about 5 years, and then it quit working again. I decided I'm not going to replace it anymore. The auger in it works, so if there's ice in the bucket, it will spit out the ice. So what I thought I would do was buy me a Nugget ice maker, a countertop, and as we make the ice, pour the ice into the ice maker, and that way whenever I want ice, I've got Sonic Ice straight from my fridge. Just made a little bit of a mess there. So that's what the Sonic Ice looks like. It's just that porous, crunchable, to me, the best ice on the planet. But let's talk about the ice maker itself. So the way we use this is we leave it plugged in 24/7. So generally whenever we get up, this is the state that it's in. You open the lid, you can see that it's completely full. It's got a little laser sensor there that whenever it breaks that sensor, then the ice stops making. Now all this is an insulated container basically, and as the ice spits out, it's just sitting there ready to be used. And we do use it 2 different ways. We do fill the ice maker up in the fridge, but we also use the little handle here. And you come in, scoop out your ice, and put the little handle back, a little scoop, and as soon as you close it, if the little laser line or beam or it's not broke, it'll start making ice. And you can see that right now it says making. It's also got a light that says cleaning. It's got on off. I've never pushed this button except to turn it on for the first time approximately 1 year ago. It's got the clean button, and then when it does run out of water, the add water light will come on. Whenever it gets full, it'll say full. To add water, you just pull the bucket out. Water goes right down there in the reservoir. Put the bucket back in. You can see that there's a little dribble of water coming out right here. And here in about 5 to 10 minutes, it's going to start spitting out ice. Now, whenever I say that I've had this thing plugged in and turned on for a year, that's exactly what I mean. This thing has worked non-stop for a year. Now, once it fills up, it turns off, and until you scoop the ice out, or unless it melts down past the beam, the laser beam, then it stays off. So it's not like it runs and runs and runs 24/7. It obviously turns off, you know, and then it doesn't run at all until you scoop ice out of it, or it decides it's ready to start making ice again. And it's been bulletproof. If you want to see the original review, I'll put a link to it, because I actually tested the specs and to see how much ice it would produce. It produced about 24 pounds in a 24-hour period, so about 1 pound an hour. Started producing ice after about 10 minutes of turning it on, and it's just been a good, reliable ice maker. The Nugget ice makers are relatively new. Now there's quite a bit of variety that you can find out there. This one had high ratings. I took a chance. I bought this one, and I'm glad I did, because it's just been bulletproof. It's always got ice. My wife, my kids, myself, we use it throughout the day. It's always been enough for a family of 4 to have plenty of ice. And like I say, whenever this is finished filling up, I will go ahead and top off the ice bucket in the freezer of our fridge. That way we've got the Nugget ice in the fridge, and then the countertop ice maker will start making ice again. And then whenever it fills up, we've actually got, you know, about 50 pounds of Nugget ice available at any given time. And you know, if you're not that familiar with Nugget ice, if you go to Sonic or like Chick-fil-A, there's a few restaurants that have this Nugget ice. You know, it's the ice that as you're drinking your drink, you can actually crunch it, and it's just a soft, crunchable ice. And since it's porous and has those fissures in it, whatever you're drinking soaks into the ice, and so the ice becomes flavored with whatever the drink is. So it's a really nice ice to have. You know, it's a pleasure to have Nugget ice whenever you're drinking whatever it is you're drinking. I have not cleaned this yet. That's going to be the next video, is going through a cleaning process of this. GEVI did send me their cleaning packets, and so I'm going to go through their instructions on cleaning it, and I'll do a video on that. I do put filtered water in it. I have a 5-stage reverse osmosis water filter system, and this is what I use to keep the ice maker full of water. Now, the ice maker, let me turn this around so you can see the back of it. The ice maker it comes with some tube. I think probably roughly about 6 feet, and I have been planning to put the tube in and run it down to the tube of my reverse osmosis water filter. That way I won't have to fill it up manually. It will stay full through this port right here. These tubes are the clean out tubes. You pull it over to the sink, you pull the little deal off there, pull these plugs out, and that's how that whenever it goes through the cleaning process, that's what the tubes are for. That way the water can run out of it. But so you do have that option to plug in an external water source. That way you don't always have to manually fill it up, and I just haven't got around to that yet. Now, the one thing I do want to mention is they do not make this version, and this was version 1 of their Nugget ice maker. They now have version 2. I will put a link to that, so don't freak out. You know, if you just click the link and you don't see this exact one, it's because their version 2 is a better unit. It's insulated more. I think the working internals are the same, but the unit, and it does look different, but the system is insulated more. So the new one is a better unit. One other thing you got to keep or be aware of whenever you buy one of these is how tall your countertop is from your counter to your cabinet. That was another reason I bought this particular one, because some of them was just a little too tall to fit underneath my countertop, or to fit under the cabinet while it was on the counter. So make sure that you get one that will slide in and fit under the counter. This, I think it measures just under 17 inches. If you want to see how tall this one is and what the exact measurements and the specs are, I did that on the first video, showed how tall it is. That way you know, if you buy it, that it's going to fit under your cabinet. Now, the new version, the version 2, has the same dimensions. That looked to me like it looked like the height, the width, and the depth are almost identical to version 1. So just keep that in mind whenever you are looking. You want to make sure it fits underneath your cabinet. Anyway, that's about it. You know, this icon, it's saying that it's, you know, making ice, and I don't know if you actually saw any of that ice dropping, but it's actually dropping ice. There goes one. I don't know exactly how the Nugget ice is made. You know, if anybody knows how it's actually made inside the machine, let me know, because I don't think it's just like a little pocket that water goes in and then it pushes it out like a lot of the regular type ice. But anyway, I just want to do a 1 year review. I would definitely buy this brand again because it has proven itself to me over a year of being used non-stop. Like I say, 24/7 this thing stays on, and it hadn't shut off unless it's been full. So anyway, you guys take care. We'll see you. Hope this helps.